This is on July the 30th of 2022. I've had my inline skates since April 29th, and these were my first pair of skates. So this is me trying to learn, and also I'm trying to see the camera, check the camera position, and I found out it was not really set up correctly.
A few moments later.
And I thought I should maybe record my progress for, first of all, myself, see how I'm progressing, because I'm really impressed, and I think it would be cool to see how I'm doing over time. I got some maybe grass caught up in the wheel or something, was making some weird noises. Yeah, maybe share it and see what you can learn in 3 months. So every time I try to set some goals, I don't set a goal of time. I just say to myself, okay, I want to learn this, and I'll just go and work on it. So last time I did a little bit backwards skating, and I felt a little bit uncomfortable. It was okay, like straight, but I also want to like practice in this sharp turning setup and make some sharper turns and get comfortable going backwards, because forwards is going really nice. I'm like carving through the corners and putting my feet behind each other. But backwards, I also want to do it backwards and be just as comfortable. So that's what I'm going to practice. But yeah, it's still, my body says no, you shouldn't go backwards. This is not good. You're going to fall down. And then as soon as something goes wrong, I just turn back forwards. And I'm not very confident at aiming. And also this is very difficult because when you go backwards, you have to, like, when you change the direction, you change the way your legs are like one behind the other. But then you also have to look the other direction over the other shoulder. So having to switch that quickly, it's really difficult. I learned this like 3 pylon setup from another YouTube channel called Tiago Inline Skater, and that's what I'm been using. His exercises like just try to go around as quickly as possible and look to the other side when you're going around the corner. But yeah, still learning. But it's a really nice exercise. I really love to just like turn around the corners very sharply and then try to go on one leg through the corner and glide as much as possible. Practice a little bit power stops. And yeah, so this was the beginning of today.
10 years later.
So this is almost 1 hour later, and I was really getting tired and my legs were a bit shaky, but I felt some raindrops, so I thought, well, let's just record it anyway, not have a break yet. But yeah, although I made some improvements, I also started getting a little bit more less stable because of getting tired. But I just wanted to show the progress, because I mean it felt really so much better, even though maybe it doesn't show much. But I just could go on and on through the circles and never stop, basically, unless I lost my balance. So I see a lot of people, if they skate here, it's really quiet. Actually, there's hardly anybody. But if there is people skating and practicing, I see them just going around the ring, circle after circle. And I tried that, but I mean, I don't learn much then. And also, if you try to go fast, but you're still beginning, and you fall down, then you just lose some skin. Well, if you're just going around small circles and you fall down, okay, you got some scratches, but you go up, you stand up and go on again. So I think this is much better practice. And also, like, it's really important to like balance the wheels, and my feet are kind of like, if you got perfect feet, then you just take on any pair of skates and it's in balance. But my my feet are like, my heel is leaning outwards. That means that my weight is on the inside of my foot. Here I go off the track. It's a bit narrow, but yeah, just you get up in the grass. It's kind of nice here. Not much can happen. So these skates, you can actually move the frame sideways, and actually I cut my wheel from one wheel with one foot, the other wheel the other foot. And I was getting a little bit complacent, getting a bit tired here. You can really notice it. Yeah, if you like balance the wheels, then you can actually get a perfect balance on the skate, even if your feet are not perfect. So I used to do a little bit of ice skating now and then when there was like cold weather, but I never got very far. I didn't go backwards or anything fancy like that, although I could do some like sliding, but that's it, because my feet were just like pronating a lot, and you can't really go on the outside edge because then your foot just flips over. But now that I could just balance the wheels, I can just skate like I'm just perfectly balanced, actually better balanced than I'm walking on shoes, because I'm always on the side of the shoe. So I think that's really nice that it's possible, and I hope everybody who starts skating knows that they should adjust this, because otherwise they might be making it more difficult than needed. I see some kids skating, and they're like just like bending inwards a lot, and like I wish they could have some better balance. That would help a lot. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't go as planned, but at least the more I learn, the more I can like catch when something goes wrong, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to fall now. And then I'm like, hey, I'm still standing on my feet. And so yeah, that's nice. Although sometimes I still fall down, like when you don't expect the ground, if it's like not even and it goes down, and your feet roll away and, underneath you, and then just yeah. Anyway, that happens. That's why it's nice to have a flat place to skate, to practice. Also, I'm using a frame which is called a rocket frame, which means that the two wheels on the inside are kind of sticking out more than the outer wheels. And then that makes it easier to make turns, like do slalom and fancy stuff, freestyle. But it's also, I think, it's really great for practice, because you don't have to put so much force to turn, and also when you try to go fast, it's less stable, but that really gives a lot of feedback on whether you got your balance on the right side. So if you just try like a long frame like this with straight wheels, you might be able to go fast, but you don't learn that your balance might not be correct, and that might limit your abilities. Well, if you got like rocket frames like this, you immediately notice it if your balance is wrong, because your foot just goes sideways. So you're kind of forced to learn how to balance it. So I'm still learning more, like doing power slides to be able to stop. And yeah, trying to keep on 2 feet. So that's it for this time. So let's see what happens next time.